for the plot, but we all know it is probably not. Little chat with another slice of life. Biggles keeps talking about another villainess. And in a company for side of the you there. Watashi tachi wa sorera wa subete bunseki shimasu. It's the Biggles breakdown, another anime night. Fighting over shows and the plots. It's time for the Biggles breakdown. Breakdown.
Throw in some fairy tale there at the end.
Just because you can.
Yeah, just because I can.
So anyway, I'm not that desperate to talk about the robots, okay? That's what I was trying to say before you cut me off.
Hey, man, we had to go. We had to make sure we're on time. So one of your mods knows that if they watched me, we are consistently on time as well. So we have anime to talk about, but most of the animes that I've liked, they have a dub now. So I'm like just waiting for the dub to catch up. And then I've already seen all these episodes. Now I have to wait. So I'm just kind of waiting on those ones. So we're not going to talk about it, even though there was a really good episode for Headhunter, and I haven't got to watch today's episode, but there's a dub. So I'm catching up on the dub. But there's a whole bunch of new shit coming in a month. But we still have some really good shit going on, like Solo Leveling. Did you guys watch Solo Leveling and the fucking fights between Japan and Korea?
Those are actually truncated from them. I was a little disappointed because they went a little harder in the manhwa.
I was about to say they got way overshadowed by Vincent Chansard's work with ReZero this week. Like,
oh god, ReZero's been so good.
That whole fight with ReZero was incredible. Best animated episode of the week by far.
I'm not there yet because
you can't even bring yourself to consider looking at it before the dub, and you have valid reasons.
Yeah, man, they're the ones who got me into it, so I'm going to respect them. That's
perfectly reasonable. But ReZero has been, since it came back, has been peak. Like, I mean, ReZero is always great, but basically this second part of the arc, damn, it's been going.
Yes. I will say though, as far as Solo Leveling goes, they did make a pretty notable change for the fights as far as between Goto and Jinwoo goes. There's supposed to be this moment where or everyone was saying they cut the aura farming moment. And there was this whole thing where Jinwoo terrifies some of the Japanese hunters because he's just that ridiculously strong. They cut that in favor of the family time moment in that episode. I actually like that change. I like that they actually showed the more of the payoff for Jinwoo actually going for power in this.
That's actually a twofold benefit because it was a nice, moment of reward for what he had worked so hard for. And then part of me was also like, sister leveling is going to be able to use these scenes so good.
It's going to be like 100 Girlfriends, where now it's the mom and the sister.
Can you believe that last week's episode, or not last? I don't know which week it would be, but the one where he actually uses the medicine on his mother. That is the most disliked episode in Solo Leveling's history.
Is it really?
It is. It's insane. People didn't like it because Jinwoo cried.
Fucking
Jesus.
These are the same people that are like, I can't watch this because there's a character in here who says a mean thing to another character. Like, fuck off. I hate those people.
It's problematic. No, it was literally people who watched this, they're effectively the stereotypical shonen only kind of people who generally fan over this. And they didn't like that they quote unquote ruined Jinwoo's aura by showing him having an emotional reunion with his mother who's been comatose for 4 years.
I mean, he was fucking crying in the first episode. Get over it, bitches.
Well, yeah,
but
he
that was Beta Jinwoo. That wasn't, Monarch.
right.
Whatever.
No, I'm just saying this is where these guys are coming
It's
from.
the episode that finally like beat the solo leveling doesn't have a good story and has shallow characters allegations. Like I will admit that's been my biggest problem with the anime, but getting to that part of it was like, all right, I like the payoff on the anime for this moment better than I liked it in the manhwa. So that's actually been a pretty good development for it. And of course, the hardcore fans of solo leveling ended up not liking it. So it was weird. This episode was again another one that felt like a layover, I guess. It was just like tying into like the last couple of episodes that are really going to be action packed and
Yeah, and then they speed ran into the Jeju Island arc, like the build up to them landing on the island and having the A, B, C, Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, and Delta squads from Japan taking on the basically doing ad control while the main team is going up to do DPS on the boss.
And
But
then that chick gets her head fucking.
well,
ripped
that's the
off
thing. That whole thing should have been like just them being on the island leading up to his like reveal, with the Ant King should have been an entire episode on its own, like building up to it.
to be fair, I will play a little bit of devil's advocate. They've been building up to Jeju Island across this whole season. Like they've been giving us little bits and pieces of it up to this point, so I can kind of justify them. The bigger thing though is that chick who gets her head taken off right at the end there. There's actually like a couple of scenes of her with her like her family and like younger siblings before the island raid. That gives you a little bit more of a connection to the character and a little bit more like the tragic results of the raid kind of thing. They cut that.
Well, and they also by cutting, I'm talking even just if they left in just the squad work on the island.
Mhm.
Were these all, the Japanese S rank hunters who were into these squads were just plowing through the regular like that, the ones that were like done so much destruction
Mhm.
to the Korean hunters over the first 3 raids. These guys are just dealing with it like it's nothing. So
Yeah.
when Ant King shows up and does that slice and dice on her for that reveal, I think it would have been way more impactful if they didn't speed run it. I think I clocked it. It was about 7 minutes, because I think it was around the that mid show break is where we went to the Jeju Island actually being raided, where we get the helicopter with the Korean team going into the main volcano lair, and then everyone else doing the squad control on the island. So, I mean, that if you read the manhwa and do that part of the arc, it has a lot more like build up to show you how good these people are. I think it does a disservice to Ant King because I don't want to use his shadow name because I think it's too different. I think they're, he'll be different when he becomes, what is it, Benaru?
Beru.
Beru.
Yeah, Beru.
I will say though, one of the big things I thought was really goofy about this episode is the ultimate weapon guy, the mage who's constantly throwing out fire spells and stuff.
Mhm.
They're all sitting there trying to figure out how to take which tunnel, and he just casts a bunch of fireballs in there. You know how retarded that plan is? Because if one of those tunnels is curved even in the slightest, you don't get a good read of how deep it is. Like his plan is literally, oh, I'll shoot a fireball into the hole, and whichever one doesn't smoke or is the last to smoke is the one that we go down.
So again,
the
that's
fucking line of logic there is just
I think
insane.
in the manhwa it was a little different where he said he was actually connected and could feel like the fire tracking as it was going, not just like smoke.
Mhm.
So it was more like I'm connected through magic. I practiced for this on purpose, and this one is tracking the deepest. It's not just that like other holes were going, but this one is going like super deep, so that's the one we're going to. But I feel like they're doing this so they can. Obviously, Jinwoo showing up is going to be like an episode and a half of the fight. I mean,
Mhm.
I think they're going to be dedicating a lot of animation. It's going to be full on like Dragon Ball Z level fight for this one.
Well, yeah, there is two major fights coming up to the end of Jeju here that I think that he's going to be involved in. And obviously we kind of know who they are, but yeah, I think it's also going to take some time to sort of like foreshadow the third season because there are some like big things that happen in the manhwa right after Jeju Island. So we'll probably see some looks, a few glimpses of what happens there
So
right before the season ends.
so basically, it feels like they leave some shit out just so they can spend more money on the animation and make the animation look badass.
Mhm.
Well,
Which
it's
is
like everything else. You got to prioritize, and you want the fight. If your solo leveling is making its bones on its fight scenes,
yeah,
Pretty
and
much.
they're so good.
The animation budget thing though, that's how Shangri-La Frontier felt this week.
I see. I haven't even watched it yet, so I'm still a little behind.
I laughed my ass off when you get the first half of the episode is Sun Raku fighting the pro gamer girl, and like she's just getting like overwhelmed by his like gameplay style, and then when they get to the lunch
He's yelling at Pencil Gun.
yeah, and Kay is like, "How did you get to fight Pencil Gun?" And he's like, the pro gamer girl goes, "No, she wanted to try something on Sunraku first." And then he's coming out, is like, "You evil, evil woman!" Like, is like, "What did she do?"
Cheater!
Well, she started playing Jenga with a high rise with thousands of people on it. And she's like, "Yeah, why would you do that?" So when all the people come out to demand he save them, I would just squeeze them all together and kill them. Kill them all. Because that was such a great description. Kate, would you say she's good? Not so much good as evil. She's willing to do anything.
Pencil Gun's fucked, but
She is. She really is. But no, as far as Shangri-La Frontier goes, the action and animation in that latest episode justified some of the pretty mediocre to sketchy animation they had a few episodes back.
on the boats, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I do really love how because this is supposed Galaxia Heroes and it's supposed to be like a comic book world. You can see like
it's like a
in the
parody of Marvel versus Capcom is what it feels like.
yeah. It's but what's cool is in the animation for the in-game world, you can see where they're adding like the dots, like so it's very like newsprint style, even in the animation of the NPC characters and the heroes. So it's designed to almost look like a comic book in addition to being a video game. It's those little touches that where they're going the extra mile. Like you said, you could see where they were cheaping it a little bit. And there's no anime where they don't. There's episodes of ReZero within a season where they cheap it. It happens.
The second part of that Priscilla fight, yeah. Let's not talk about that one. But
So let's talk about that one. No, I'm just kidding.
but everything else has been good for season 3 so far. Like better animation than most things ReZero gets.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and obviously there's a lot of love for Priscilla on the internets with how she's been doing. And then we also, in addition to that, we got the shapeshifter fighting Al and his just genuine disgust for her trying to be Priscilla.
I'm so glad he used the line, my stars are really bad today.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Here, I switched over to ReZero.
We kind of just like moved through like 2 or 3 of them there.
Well,
Yeah.
I wanted to say one last thing about solo leveling, so I kept it up.
All right, well, how about you hit us with it?
So I kind of really wanted to see more of the Japanese hunters because they kicked the shit out of almost all of them except for Jinwoo and Cha.
You're gonna see a lot of them in the next episode.
Well, good because that chick got fucking wrecked right off the rip.
I think you better be prepared.
Oh, I assume they're all going to die.
Yeah,
but
you're going to see
shadow.
But every if they're setting things up as they should, the Ant King's going to move through every squad doing ad control on the island apace
Mm-hmm.
and not have much difficulty.
Oh, I believe it. But ReZero. So my last episode was the Liliana episode where we meet like her past and Priscilla's fighting and Wrath kind of got her ass beat.
Mhm.
And we got the, as Crimson calls it, the one part of fan service in all of ReZero, and it is Priscilla changing clothes and Liliana like almost cartoon eying at her chest area or her bosom, as she calls it.
The chesticles.
The personality.
Yeah, her personalities. But yeah, I've been enjoying it. I really want to get to the Wilhelm and Garfield fight. I'm pretty sure Garfield threw a kick and that was like the end of the episode or something like that.
Yeah, your next episode is gonna be the going to Garfield.
All right, cool. Because I'm waiting for that. Because
And that episode was again super awesome. Lots of pays. All one thing you can never undersell about ReZero is the world building character. Like even the side characters get what would be legitimate like protagonist level development.
The
Like
character work is great. Yeah,
there's a lot in there for Kurgan himself, even though he isn't like even a major character. There are like a bunch of little things in there that like kind of tell you who he is, and like for Garfield's character in particular, it was good payoff. I would say it's not like the most story heavy episode. It definitely profits most off of its animation and action, but it does still have good character work for Garfield, and it does have a little bits of like world building and stuff. It doesn't feel like it connects as much to the main plot of things because really the body of it is just that fight and the animation.
Yeah. I think the interesting thing that comes out of that whole fight sequence is the idea of how much, even though these are like being necromancered from their dead bodies, there seems to be something of the person there. So when you're we did the Garfield one, but when you think about what the implications for Wilhelm are,
fighting his wife.
well, if the fact that like, because what we got from Garfield was you could see there were elements where he's referencing how this guy was in life,
Mm-hmm.
and they're coming through when he's fighting him. So he's not just some instinct only animal zombie kind of thing. And I'm trying to avoid some of the stuff because I know Biggles hasn't seen it.
I know.
But Crimson knows what I'm talking about.
I was going to ask, you have read the series, so you know what happens in this arc, right, little Chad?
Yes.
Okay, so you're familiar with how all this is going to go.
I know, but I'm trying to stick to anime.
I know. I'm not going to spoil it because honestly, that part of this arc was one of like the most significant memories I had. Next to like reading The Death of Greed, that part was
yeah, that was so awesome. And those poor wives.
Wait. He hasn't actually. He hasn't seen that episode. He hasn't seen that episode. Shit.
Reinhardt's been beating the shit out of him, and it's fucking hilarious to watch. But no, Subaru like figured out that his heart, he just stops his heart.
So you don't exactly know what happens, but yeah, look, that part was satisfying to me. And the part with Wilhelm and Teresa. Those parts are, as far as the story for this goes, are really good. I'm hoping they give us some like breadcrumbs for a season 4 and they do arc 6. Mm-hmm. Please, I really want to see some like.
Are you talking about Scorpion Girl, Best Girl?
Well, not just that, but Murder is a Habit. That it's such a different part of the story.
Yeah, I mean, I won't lie and say that I haven't been looking forward to my Best Girl, Scorpion Girl being animated because for people who loved Rem, I think there's gonna be a whole that same fan base,
more personalities.
Yeah, there you go.
Like, but still super loyal. I mean, she's also where a lot of the those time loop theories came in with Subaru, which are now not borne out thanks to us getting the information on it from Isekai Quartet's movie. Oh, there she. Yep, Rem and
Yeah,
Rome.
yeah, and I had Amelia too, but that button broke, and Amelia just fell off, and I couldn't find her.
Do we really believe that he had that? He's like, I had
I did.
Amelia fan too.
I did
But
have
that
Amelia.
one just broke off. It just
I
broke
did.
off.
I don't
had
know
the
when
two
I ever
girls.
showed this one to you, but I did actually go and get myself something.
Your Kirsch.
I have that too.
I got one for Stark and Freerin as well, but the Freerin one hasn't come in.
I have to find the Amelia one and the Subaru one though.
The free one is busy helping to kill demons because they're all so evil.
But yeah, I'm really looking. I'm really hoping to see some like lead into season 4, because before this actually like started airing, there was a lot of talk about how this was going to be a 38 episode season 3, and they were going to do arc 5 and 6. But then, according to the same similar leaks from the same people, White Fox ran into some production issues, and now it looks like they have a big announcement coming later in the year. So,
is this one where we think they're trimming back season 3 to just go right into season 4 with that arc?
maybe, I don't know, but I feel like arc 6 is one that really does need to take it slow, because you know how season 1 did like the entirety, like did the first 3 arcs like all in one go, and then season 4 was dedicated to, or season 2 was dedicated to just arc 4. I feel like arc 6 is another one of those that needs that sort of dedication.
I mean,
the whole season to it.
Yeah, with when you figure out, I mean, by just the stuff in all this stuff coming out in the Watchtower, I mean, there's 6 really. You're right. I think 6 should be an entire season, and not even a short like this. I could see it being a core and a half type season. Like I would say maybe around 15 episodes just to do arc 6. Really, where you could, because there's a lot of stuff you want to let breathe in arc 6. Like the same stuff we were talking about with Solo Leveling, where because we understand their emphasis is just on the fighting and the combat scenes, there's a lot of stuff that they feel very comfortable speed running to get to those. With ReZero, it's the opposite. Like what makes ReZero special is being able to pull back, in addition to the like fantastically animated fights, you give the character moments to breathe. Like in arc 6 has so much of that ready in there. I mean, being an Amelia fan, I think I love some of the development for her that you get in arc 6.
There is so much mind-blowing stuff that happens in arc 6. It is insane.
Well, it hasn't happened yet, so I don't know anything about it. Spoilers. All right. So another one that has great character work, Apothecary Diaries, and we get mysteries and stuff. We get so we are okay. So I think the Emperor Joutress, however you say that,
Empress Dowager.
Yeah, that word. I think that might be Jinwoo's. Or not Jinwoo. Now I'm thinking of the wrong fucking show. Genji's.
That would be an amazing crossover, by the way.
Right? Just like shows up in ancient China. Okay.
Talking about like the sister leveling people, what they need to do, start mixing in Jinwoo with the Apothecary Diary.
Okay. And were they hinting that he is... Well, I know they're hinting that's the son, which they've already admitted, but could that be her son because of like the purple hair?
I believe the what happened is they him and the Emperor were basically swapped at birth, if I'm not mistaken, from what they've basically told us so far. Told us, because it's all Mao speculation.
But they're different. They're different ages, though.
Yes, they are different ages. They were born from different. No, I'm failing to track what's going on here. Jinshi was swapped at birth with someone, I believe, and he's actually her son, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, because I remember like him being like really sick or whatever. So it might be. might be because of that rock or whatever. Whatever, like that little rock that they used to make the paint that poisoned the late emperor.
Orpiment.
Yeah, I can't read, so I didn't know what that word was. This is why I need dubs, so it tells me what the word is.
It was arsenic. That's what it was.
Okay.
But yeah, honestly, like we kind of already knew some of the issues with the previous emperor, but this episode gave us a really nasty look into what was actually going on there.
Yeah, he's a PDF.
Yeah. And someone actually posed this question in Discord, and I'm in, like, who's worse, him for doing all the stuff, or the previous empress who basically enabled it and let all these people send their children to basically fall victim to his proclivities?
So are you saying who's worse, Epstein or Ghislaine Maxwell? This is basically the argument we're getting into.
Yes. And I said neither of them can really exist without the other, but I think the person who actually did the deeds holds the lion's share of the blame in that situation.
And especially because if she said no, he could kill her, because he's the emperor.
Well, he was a puppet emperor.
Yeah.
She actually held all the power.
Still, that doesn't matter when you're technically look as the head, whether you're the puppet or not. You could still be like killer, and they have to do it, or you kill them.
Well, the King of England doesn't have that kind of power.
Well, that's because they have the parliament.
Well, no, he doesn't have that kind of power now, but they did up until like 500 years ago.
And they gave it all up.
Well, no, even after Parliament, I mean, Parliament was roughly around 1300 with the Magna Carta. I mean, the king still, I mean, King Henry, who was having people executed left and right, was after that. Mm-hmm. And the Georges, who we as Americans revolted against in the Revolutionary War, were after that. It's really a matter of when the kings got lazy, and then the more they gave to Parliament,
the less power they got.
Yeah, the less power they got. But it's still the interesting thing with it's like one of those trolley problems. Like there's no real ethically right or wrong answer about which one of them. They're both profoundly guilty. And now I think I do tend to lean on the side of the person physically taking the action probably has more morally reprehensible guilt than the other. But
well, yeah, they've actually done the thing to harm the child. Yeah. So that's always been my argument when it comes to these, like this realm is, okay, who was the one who did the thing that harmed the child? That's the person who's the most guilty. The enabler is also guilty, but not as guilty as the person who actively chose to do the thing.
But so what's interesting is in the in organized crime, the legal system took the exact opposite tact. They would make deals with the hitmen to testify against like the people who ordered the crime. So from a legal standpoint, the decision was we'll make the deal and give either no sentence or a lighter sentence to the person who actually murdered somebody in order to get the person who, set it up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, lawyers are weasels and I don't care. I have a friend who's a lawyer and I will say the exact same thing to his face. Sorry, Caleb, but you're a weasel.
I think most lawyers I've met who are honest, oxymoron, would actually also say that, yes, we are terrible.
So, a bunch of mysteries going on here. I think we haven't talked about this for a while.
As far as one last thing about the Apothecary Diaries, I do like that they've been doing a lot of like the Mystery of the Week stuff. I enjoy that part of the Apothecary Diaries more than when it tries to do like a 5 or 6 part like mystery over like several episodes. Because really where it shines is like tying all those small things together at the very end and making you realize it's a much bigger picture to all of this.
So here's a good question for you. This season, with Apothecary Diaries going more kind of mystery of the week, are you having more fun? And I'm not telling which is a better show. I'm saying more fun with that one or Amico MD Doctor Detective, which is also mystery of the week, but is designed to be more of kind of like a a less, weighty kind of show when they do it. And because I think there's an interesting proposition, like Apothecary Diaries is clearly, I would say, unapologetically the better anime, but the one that the average normie is going to have more fun kind of watching on a weekly basis might be our good old Dr. Sherlock over there.
I still disagree. Partly because I feel like overall the quality of Apothecary Diaries being better, it does things that more people will find enjoyable better. Apothecary Diaries does character work, does like character development and humor better than Amaku MD. That's one of the things that I mentioned in my review of Amaku MD is it's a good series if you measure it on just like the merit of its mystery writing alone. That part of it is very entertaining. But if you're to compare these two, overall, like pound for pound in everything, Apothecary Diaries is just better and will be generally more entertaining because of that. Just because there are those elements of humor with the way Mao Mao and Jinchi interact with each other and her reactions to other people just being a little out there.
All her random cat transformations,
Yeah.
those are hilarious.
And
it also looks
Apothecary
prettier.
actually kind of like started as a sort of mystery of the week thing, and it only really got like a very elongated mystery once it got to the special envoy stuff here in season 2. That was like the first like longer than 2 episodes mystery that it kind of handled, to my recollection.
Mm-hmm. And the doctor one sometimes takes like 3 episodes to explain stuff. So,
well, I actually like Amaku MD doing the multi-episode ones better because, well, they've been better than the like mystery of the week stuff.
mm-hmm.
Now there have been a few like a few of them that are good, like the Munchausen's syndrome by proxy episode.
Mm-hmm.
That one I really liked, even for as dark as it was. And it took a little while for us to get like some good characterization for Amaku as a character. Like these last 2 episodes gave us basically the character development she kind of needed, something to make her seem a little bit more human rather than just a standoffish, hyper intelligent type.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, cute little anime house.
Cute little anime house.
Yeah, I said House MD, but less of a sociopath when I did my video on it.
Not much, just a little.
But yeah, I prefer this one over the other one. The other one I need to wait for the dub.
There's a lot of complicated words in there.
Yeah, and I can't follow it or read it. But it just, this one is like, it's got more fun scenes and like it just looks overall prettier. So I just kind of prefer this one. Like, even if I like ignore the stories and everything, I just feel like this one is more fun overall than that one.
I will say though that I don't think I have been hit as hard emotionally as I was with Apothecary Diaries as I was with the last episode of Amaku. That was
the Angels episodes, right?
That was hard to watch. Like that hurt.
I mean, put something in the pediatric, and it's a recipe.
Well, you know what's not hard to watch and has a lot of laughs? Why the fuck can't I find it? Here we go. 100 Girlfriends. We had an episode.
We had the episode.
We had the episode. Okay.
I mean, put some respect in your mouth for the last episode that just came out. I mean, Hattori saved the entire world. She saved it. That's how I'm going to remember that episode. She saved the world.
Yeah. As far as this show goes, I also read the newest volume that came out this week, so volume 12. Got introduced to a new character.
What girl? All right, by volume 12, what girlfriend are we up to? Is it in the 30s now?
It's 21, I believe, which is ironic because this is the one who's number 21 is a absolute boozer.
I mean, the variety. This show is so. I mean, it may become the perfect. I mean, right now it's like Konosuba, where it's starting to get to the point where like, can we argue it is like one of the top two isekais with Konosuba? Like, this one is taking the piss out of all harem anime, but at the same time is becoming the best harem anime.
I've already when I did my Valentine's Day ranking of romance anime, I said this is an S tier show. Like it is amazing.
It's so funny. You guys are like, man, you got to watch it. And like, I'm having like 2 episodes a day watching it. I'm like, ah. And then we get to, who do we get to? We get to the pool episode. And then I was like, all right, I'm in full send. Let's go. He's like, Shizuka's like trapped on a little island. And she just goes, oh. And he like, Shizuka needs me. And he like comes up from the dead and just fucking takes off.
I will say with this latest episode, there was a bit of controversy because there were some bad subtitlings. They were talking about the car in this latest episode, and in the Crunchyroll subs, it says, what was it? Oh, at least we didn't get stuck with the cringe mobile. When the actual translation is, not even Hahari Hanazono can lust after machinery.
Man, is there?
I thought that line was actually in it, so maybe by the time I saw it, they had updated it.
I watched it almost as soon as it released, but I didn't watch it through Crunchyroll, and that was the subtitle I saw. So it was weird when I saw people posting screen caps, and I'm like, at this point, it feels like someone's just kind of drama chasing. I'm not going to name the person, but
because I swear I watched. I mean, that was a Sunday premiere for me, so.
Mm-hmm.
When I watched, I remember the line about she wouldn't lust after a car, and I was watching it through Crunchyroll.
Yeah, I thought I saw that too. So they could probably.
So maybe now at the same time, I do also think I remember a line about the cringe mobile. So maybe they just added both and they screwed up that way.
Yeah, I think it had both.
Either way, it was something dumb that came up, but I never saw the issue. Overall, such a ridiculous.
I love
how could they get away
was
with
it Karane and our little darkness at the end where they're like just like mommy. And everyone else is like, this stopped like an hour ago.
Yeah.
I love that the author for this series will do anything to get around publishing standards. So a little bit of spoilers. There is an episode. There will be if they continue doing this series, which I desperately hope they do. There will come a point at which there's going to be a whole episode about all of the characters getting drunk, but because most of them are minors, you're not actually allowed to publish minors consuming anything that could be considered intoxicating in Japan. That's considered a publishing no-no, and they don't do that. So the author comes up with this entire ridiculous scenario to not get the characters drunk, but have them behave like they're drunk.
Does it involve our favorite little scientist?
No, actually, it does not. No,
because that's would seem like the easiest way to do it. Like, look at my special potion.
Look at my little drugs.
No, that would trigger it. But there's some meta commentary in there.
There's just was it when Carne like grabs the bat and hits
her in the ass.
She's
she's so happy after getting smacked in the ass with the bat.
One of the things that they haven't shown is there's actually a bonus in the manga where it talks about how she like developed that particular desire, and it's like she was like, I don't know, in like middle school or something, and like practicing for baseball or whatever, and she basically gets addicted to pain, and her brother walks in and she has basically tied a baseball, or she has like pulled the like front off of one of those like rotary fans or whatever, and is just sticking her butt in there and constantly getting hit. And her brother's absolutely freaked out because he feels like responsible for like encouraging her to push through the pain, and now he thinks that it's his fault that she's this way.
But another great part is we have the true romance of this anime is Hakari and Karane. And like Karane's like holding her, and she's like, just let me go. And she's like, I would rather die than let you go. And she's like, no, you have to let me go. You're hurting my arm. And then she lets her go.
You're gonna
And
pull
she's
my
like,
arm out of the socket.
She's like, how could you?
You don't understand. You're literally gonna pull my arm out of my socket. Oh, okay.
I'll let you go. And then she's like, how could you? And then she gets the one where, because her personalities, they show her the most out of that one. This whole episode is fun.
Again, 100
But it's so
Girlfriends
good.
loves to fucking push the line as much as it possibly can. And I absolutely respect it for that.
Well,
Yeah, and the beginning of this episode was a setup where, like, the day after tomorrow, where there's going to be an ice because of a solar activity is dwindling.
mhm.
We're going to be getting a massive ice age that's going to end the world, and our protag-kun over here is completely just
Freaking
like
out.
beside himself because, like, a good boyfriend would save the world to protect his girlfriends.
Uh-huh. And Hahari is the one who saves them all. The mother of mankind, or mommy of mankind, as Marcel says.
Yeah, the hair.
Oh my god, it's so good, dude. I was laughing my ass off during this episode. But the beauty contest the week before between Nano, Nano, and
Mimi Utsukushi Suji.
Yeah, long ass name, the beauty girl.
Well, again, the fucking naming in this, just Utsukushi Suji, Utsukushi meaning beautiful.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That episode,
I like puns.
that episode was like awesome. But like the guy, like, he's like, his girlfriend's getting jealous because everybody's like looking at her and not her. So he goes and throws like the shake out, and like Rent-A-Rose just like jumps up, protects it, right? Or protects her. And then he goes to slip and he like grabs, and he's like, you're not going to, like, you could have let me, I ruined your shirt. He's like, it's just my shirt. I mean, you were just standing up for your girlfriend like any good boyfriend would, you know? So it's like he got in trouble because his, like, or he did something stupid because of his girlfriend. You know the story of mankind.
You sound like you're desperately trying not to remember high school. That's what it sounds like.
No, I don't need to remember high school. I'm fucking brain dead. Okay. But I love, like, in the episode, like, she's like, I don't like you because you won, and I just wanted to be your friend because we're both pretty. And like earlier, Retro's like, red eyes and silver hair. It's like Nano. And then he's like, damn it, I spoiled it. And it's just this show's just silly as fuck, and I like it.
I'm still really hoping they get to the point where, like, we get the the Attack on Titan references with Kurumi.
Oh, this show is so good about just making these the references like each time, like something. It's like I said, I just laugh my ass off. It's hilarious.
It is absolutely just crazy. I love it. It's so good.
So another one that hit the references this week, especially a Dragon Ball reference, Okinawa Girl.
Oh, I had kind of paused on that one. Has he moved on to Best Girl yet? I need to know that's going to happen before.
They did a test of courage, and he grabbed her hand, and Kana now never wants to wash her hand again.
So basically, they blue balled us because nothing actually happened between the two.
Yes,
but is he actually interested in her?
No,
not?
I don't think so.
So that's the problem. Like, no, that's why I gave up on the. I can't have, like, when 100% no doubt Best Girl is getting just sidelined.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still fairly convinced with the way it's been going that
He's going to end up liking
he's
him.
going to become interested in Kana just because they haven't actually done anything to really develop the relationship between him and Mina.
Mhm.
They've done more to support Kana in this series than any other than anything else, really.
They've done more for Kana than what Rentaro does for his girlfriends. Okay, that's how much they've tried to get Kana in this. They even have characters breaking the fourth wall, complaining about it.
I'm trying to remember what exactly happened in this episode outside of the test of courage because honestly, I was really hoping for something good to happen there, and it honestly just it disappointed me in that part.
There was the bike shop one. They talked
Oh,
about
and
the
then
bike
yeah,
shop and no
there
one
was the bike.
rides
The
bike.
bike
Yeah,
was kind of funny, but
and
where
then
Kana's
everybody goes
basically
to the
jealous
beach.
of Teru or of Mina because Mina doesn't know how to ride a bike.
Yeah, and she's like, I want him to teach me how to ride a bike. But yeah, it's got some cute parts. And then they're like, yeah, whenever I feel lonely, I go to the beach. And then it's like, yeah, because everybody's bored, so they all go to the beach. And Teru's like, he goes into like this deep thing trying to explain, like, oh yeah, that makes sense because it's like so beautiful and it like puts you in this mood, and it's just kind of funny that he he completely is like, oh yeah, he's going like deep psychological like reasoning, and she's just like, no, it's because everyone's bored. Um, but if we haven't, there's one I want to talk about, and it is so I married a girl in my class that I hate.
I was really surprised these last couple with the sister because it started getting a little more, emotional.
Speaking of the sister, anytime I can use this clip. She just throws her up.
She
So
stays the only little sister allowed on the show. I'm kidding.
she tried
That's
to
what-
kidnap
yeah.
Shisei.
Yeah.
uh, like, so I'm really starting to feel bad for Akane now, and it's all because she can't tell her feelings, and Saito also can't tell his feelings because they're both still trying to hang on to that arch nemesis shit.
Can
It's a
we
little-
ask? Oh, I was just gonna say, I'm starting to get like some villain vibes from her Gairu friend because they're either there's gonna go one of two ways. Either she's doing this on purpose to get her to admit her feelings for him
Mm-hmm.
because she's that good a friend, or the way she's just like bulldozing her to do the fake boyfriend thing seems almost villainous. Maybe I've been watching too many of the Otami series.
You know what? Maybe she is reincarnated, and we just don't find out till season 2 that she's been
Yeah.
reincarnated as the villainess.
I don't think it could really go either way, honestly.
Saito's
Because
going to get a harem. He's going to get both sisters.
No.
He's going to get the guy.
No,
I'm
this is
just a
gonna
little
be-
bit frustrated that they're like continuing on with this like really stubborn tsundere act from Akane because she's basically at the point where she realizes without realizing that she likes Saito. Like she is like full on like acting on like she her jealousy and her infatuation with him, but absolutely won't admit it whatsoever. And
What's-
that part is frustrating for me. Saito, it's also a little bit frustrating because he also pretends like he doesn't care, although he's a little bit less dramatic about it. And he's also shown throughout the series that he actually does have some sort of connection to her.
Mm-hmm. But they also show that he doesn't really have much feelings. Like, well, he doesn't really show much feelings. So we also get that he's kind of like he likes her, but he doesn't show outward feelings, right? He's like very tame with how he acts with the feelings. And you brought up that he has like a connection to her. Like the Maho said that where he said to Maho that you look like this girl that I used to talk to.
Clearly, that was
younger.
Akane. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was-
That has to be Akane.
because well, even when they flash back to the Gairu friend's memories of her in elementary school, it's the same character design.
Mhm.
So, but I'm getting back to her because when he was in her room and she had all those psychology like manipulate bookmark things on how to manipulate people, and
Mhm.
I'm getting like I said, I'm getting real villain vibes on this. Unless this is all going to turn out to be like a mega grand conspiracy where she got the grandparents and everybody to do this thing.
Oh, we lost Crimson.
Oh.
But that would be fucking hilarious. I could see her like manipulating everyone because she's like, all right, listen, you two have fucking liked each other and you're just like bitching. Now I gotta now I have to make this happen. But yeah, when I saw that, I was like, of course she manipulated everyone. Like that's that's what they do.
Plus, I mean, it makes sense. Like she knows her best friend the most.
Mm-hmm.
So it would also explain if she's got altruistic motivations, she's not giving up and she's going to in fact push and keep pushing the fake girlfriend boyfriend angle
Until
to
she says
get
something.
like to break Akane, like basically to make her like because it seems like the thing that really gets her to break is the jealousy.
Yeah. We'll see.
I don't know where I left or you guys left off after my internet decided to completely fail on me.
We were
But,
talking about how she's like the villain and uses her psychology to manipulate people, and she might be like the one who got everybody involved to do it. To get in on them have to get married because she actually liked her the whole time and all that. So that was the guess.
I don't know. I feel like that might be a little bit like overly dramatic for this series. That might be a little too much. I definitely think that this whole fake boyfriend thing is going to be the catalyst for them to actually like finally be straight with each other and be like, yeah, I like you. Like I don't hate you. Like
They better hurry the fuck up. But no, I'm loving this series, even though the last episode was kind of nuts.
The little sister trying to make the moves on him was kind of funny.
Yeah.
Like when she's tempting him, I'd let you do anything, and he's like, anything? Wait, no. It's like I can't be tempted by that.
overall, still a good series, and I do like it. It's just this latest episode is kind of frustrating because it feels like just tsundere build up.
Yeah, I'm starting to feel bad for her though.
She made this bed. She's got to lie in it.
We're like if we were geologists, we're like we're getting tsundere tremors, and we're worried there's going to be a tsundere explosion soon. This is going to
No, we're detecting a massive influx of tsunderes.
So one
That's 100 Girlfriends reference for you.
Now we're going into other tsunderes.
All she wanted to do was get to the festival, and she still couldn't even get that.
She got one day at the festival, and then she left with them to fight the Dark God. Hi, Teresa, to fight the Dark God, and killed the Dark God. And then they're like, "Listen, there's this new employee training. Oh, we gotta." She became a member. You know what happens when you become a member? And also this.
I need to talk.
All right, so welcome to the membership, Teresa. Welcome. So we have Guild Receptionist, which is one of my favorite shows. I just love Alina, and I bought my Nendroid for her, and I've been reading. You Want the Sauce? I recorded it. That's what I did. I recorded it and put it on my computer.
Generally, that's internet slang for what anime is that?
Yes.
Oh,
that's Fairy Tail.
That's the Fairy Tail movie, the dragon one, whatever the fuck it's called.
Marcel is a huge fan of Persona.
Oh, 1 month. Oh yeah. Okay, well, Lucy has some. Urza has some. Uhl has some. They all have some. So go, except for Wendy. And they make a point of saying it every time.
With this one, look, I could care less about the fantasy element of it. I think the workplace comedy of it, of Alina trying to avoid overtime, is much more entertaining to me when it comes to this.
Mhm.
I couldn't give a rap about the Dark Gods.
Yeah, well, it looks like they don't either because like the way they're talking about it, But I read the manga and stuff too because I love this. But I really like how Alina finally admitted like she's in her stage where she's like in a complete depression, and she's like, "Your face does make me feel better." Like, well, she's just a workaholic. She doesn't actually have a way to get out of overtime. She's like, just work 100 hours of overtime a week, and she's like, no, and she's like, complete despair. Jade walks in, and she's like, all right. Well, her friend gets Jade to be like, or her coworker gets Jade and be like, she's in this state, and she's like, you make me feel better. And they're like, what? What happened? And Jade's like ignoring her because they're like, the Jade a better image.
I just love that the coworker is like an absolute executioner stan.
Yeah,
Doesn't even realize she's sitting right next to the actual execution.
Yeah, and Lulu, or however you say
Lulu
it.
literally just goes, does she even know?
And she's like, no, don't tell her. But like, that's me. I'm the same way. Stan the executioner, except I know who she is.
As far again, I do like the little bit of like the humor, the romance of it. Don't care for the fantasy element, kind of similar to something I've said about Welcome to Japan, Miss Elf. Kind of the same boat. Like it tries to be a bunch of things at once, and the part it ends up pushing in this series just isn't the better part to me.
Well, the whole point of like the fantasy element is that she just goes in, kills the boss so she can get back to work and not have to work overtime.
Yeah,
that's basically the whole point.
They're setting up this whole like fantasy plot with the dark gods and stuff, so that's clearly the core part of it that they want to push. Especially as they keep getting all like this adventure stuff involved. I'm not a fan of whatever plot it's trying to accelerate here. Like the other stuff is more interesting to me.
Don't worry, you still get plenty of the coworker stuff and the work stuff.
Because I hate overtime as much as this woman, I want to see her avoid more overtime. That's what I want to see.
Yeah, well, that's why she goes and kills these motherfuckers. She's like, fine, I'll go fucking kill someone. I
have gone through many, like multiple month-long periods where I was working like 10 to 12 hours a day, 6 days a week. So
yeah,
it
man,
sucks.
I understand that, man. I understand that shit. Fucking, I used to work all the fucking time. Like 3 jobs. I only slept for 3 hours between work, school, and sleep.
Well, that explains the brain damage.
Yeah, fucking yeah. And I'd be drinking those other 3 hours, so I barely ever got to sleep. So, but yeah, I love this show mainly because the characters, like mainly those 3 right here. I don't know if you can see my mouse, but the 3 girls, they're the most fun.
Or the other receptionist friend.
Yeah.
And Layla, the healer girl.
Yeah.
Lulu.
But one that got depressing this week is Enshu. So there was a sacrifice made last episode, and this whole episode is basically them dealing with it. It's pretty good.
This whole episode can effectively be summed up as shit's fucked, please stand by.
Basically. So yeah, Justice and the unicorn have a conversation that like Luke's happier now, but he's probably going to kill himself by overworking himself and lead to his death if he doesn't do something. And they're like, yeah, the only one who can fix him is Natsu Hirose.
Natsuko. It's
Natsuko,
literally right there in the synopsis.
Natsuko Hirose.
The sixth word in that synopsis.
Dude, I'm not
1,
even
2,
looking at that.
3,
Okay.
4, 5, 6. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Fuck off. Okay. I can't read anyways. So Natsuko Hirose is the only one who can help poor Luke, and she's like, you were the only one who survived, and now you're dead, so there's no happy ending, and she's like in a downward spiral. So we'll see how they recover, if they recover. We'll see if their world ends like it's supposed to. But who knows?
I'm curious to see what we're gonna get out of the next episode, particularly because it's probably going to take place in the void or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna see a lot of Natsuko and Yunio, most likely. Who knows? We'll probably see the dumbass unicorn get his ass kicked again.
Well, the unicorn just keeps trying to self-destruct, and they're like, "You keep stealing my thunder!" Like,
it's like what is it? Oh, it's literally Megumi from JJK. Like every time something gets hard, it's just like I'm gonna kill myself to summon this thing. Maharaga! Help! That is Yunio in a nutshell. It's just, oh wait, shit's getting hard. Might as well kill myself.
Little Chad, you got anything to say about this?
No. I mean, I think it's a pretty good show. Not much really to add. It hasn't really done anything.
You know what's not a pretty good show? It's a fucking awesome show.
Oh well, yeah.
Yeah. So it's not a good show. It's a fucking awesome show. It is a masterpiece. You see that 10 that I've voted? This week we had the Rubik's Cube episode, and I was upset by this one because in the manga, there's more to the cheating part where he's like, oh yeah, we can just cheat. Like, it's like 4 pages of him them explaining how he would cheat and like all this, and then how the daughter would cheat, or how he helped the daughter cheat. And like that's how he remembers like the daughter, that he would do it with the Rubik's Cube. But there was so much more to that just one scene that they left out, and that was like the funniest scene in this whole thing. And they left it out. And then there's Lucas or Luca or whatever he's called in this one, because he's got like his name changes in the manga, which is weird.
The ReZero syndrome, where you can go from Rui, Louie, and Louise.
Or what's his name?
Julius
to Julius. So they call him Yules instead of Jules. Yeah. But yeah, there's he's like the little traveler, and they're like, oh, we have to like get him out of the house and then cause a wind. And she's like, oh no, this is for Anna to like get the relationship points up. And then at the end they're all like, oh yeah, it's all because of Grace. Like she wouldn't have got all this without Grace. And then it's like the daughter's like, holy smokes, that's the biggest affection I've seen yet. He just, no matter what he does, they love him.
I just love the joke of we've gone through all of the people that we can summon for these challenges, and then it just cuts to Lucas being, hey.
And they're like, no, like he was there. Like we don't need him. Like.
Genuinely a consistently good episode, and I always have high praise for any anime that's actually willing to like write and perform a song for the series instead of just like glossing over it and giving us some JPEGs of someone singing but not actually putting any music to it.
Mm-hmm. Well, they also left out how Anna figures out how to solve it. Like they left out that line, and she just kind of like solves it.
Well, she describes it as now that I've seen the inside of it and how it works, I think I can solve this.
Yeah, but she like the whole point was she figured out that each part, like the centers never change.
Yeah,
so,
she says that.
Did she?
Yeah, she said that.
Oh, maybe I missed that line. Okay.
Or maybe you just got a bad translation and
Probably. I'm still using High Dive. It did leave the and out, so we'll see.
Biggles wants that love beast.
Rather than love and beast. So yeah, so maybe it was a bad translation because I don't remember them saying like they stay in the center and that's how you have to. I just remember her saying, "Well, now that I've seen it, I can figure it out." But so compared to the manga, this episode wasn't as good, but I still fucking love the episode because this was a fun one. Which means the next episode should be a traveling episode.
Well,
So
we've
that-
only got 3 left, so
Yeah, so it's going to be like a traveling and then the festival. And I'm really looking forward to that because these 3 episodes are so closely together in like the story of the Otome world that we actually get to learn a lot more about the Otome world. So I'm really looking forward to those 3 episodes. But I just fucking love this. This is probably my favorite of like it's better than ReZero. No, I'm just kidding. But no, it is.
No, that is the kind of
Whoa.
heresy I would expect out of Marcel.
It's better than ReZero. It's better than Apothecary Diaries and Solo Leveling all put together. That's how much I love this show.
Wow. Okay. That is a bold claim there.
Boom.
It's a bold move, Cotton. Let's see how
Boom.
that works out.
Yeah, let's see how it works out.
No. I like the show. I genuinely love watching it every week, and it's fun. It's great. It is not even it's not even fit to like
There you go. Look, I win.
to to even sniff the same air as ReZero. Come on.
Look, it is one of the best shows to come out this season. I will say that. If we were to stack it in just terms of like the new stuff that has come out this season, it's probably the best anime just of the brand new, no season 2 or anything. The issue is though it does have to compete with a lot of really good ones that either carried over from last season or are season 2s.
Let's see.
Of established, really well loved series.
I already have this written down as my number 1 for the year. We'll see how the other ones happen.
That's really ambitious considering we're only in March.
Yep, I already have it written down. It might change. Who knows?
And there's also a Shinichiro Watanabe project coming next season. So
technically this started in 2024, didn't it? Or was it January?
It started in January.
It was one of the ones that started in December. All right, cool.
No,
So all right. Yeah, and plus the spring lineup for original looks kind of weak right now.
Well, speaking of spring lineup, it's not as weak as you think. It has Takumi, Don't Take Off Your Panties. I think that's what it's called.
No.
Right? That's what it's called. Don't take off your panties. Look at the thing. Okay.
Look, I will basically. I have read some of this manga.
I have seen clips from the manga.
You read the manga for the articles, not for the
yeah. I've seen some scenes.
No, I didn't. I read this for nothing more than the fact that there's some personality to it.
Lots of personality. You could tell.
So effectively, this series is based on the premise that the chick in the photo there has the ability to change the actions she took in the past by taking off her underwear.
Like it's basically ReZero where she can go to a save point, but she has to instead of dying, she has to strip off a piece of intimate clothing.
Our main character
is jealous.
Our main character is effectively being held hostage by her because of her intricately planned little scheme. Because not really big spoilers, she kind of has a thing for him, but she is very dominant when it comes to that relationship.
So this comes out, I think, the first week of March, or not March. April.
This will
First week of
be this
April.
will be basically the Beihei Neko kind of series
With
to
a
kind
better
of
story.
it has a much better story. Although I still think that when it comes to series like this, their stories generally do suck.
Do you guys want to watch the trailer? It does have the covered with his face rather than.
I don't need to watch the trailer for this. I already know what's happening. Of all of the upcoming anime, you could have picked like Lazarus or something like that, but no, you picked this.
I went for the funny. I went for the funny.
If we're going to talk about this, let me go on to Twitter really quick and send you.
You're going to go find the robot ones, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna find. I have it bookmarked because I was gonna talk about it on Saturday. I mean, I can read this whole leak here. So, sex bot girl rom-com TV anime Kakushite Makina-san will start on April 6, 2025. Two versions, the hidden version for the TV and the unhidden version will be produced. It's by Studio Boom Z. So, lewd cohabitation rom-com by Sato Yoshima about a mecha otaku boy confronted with a cute school idol girl moving in with him. While he's happy about the initially, things go wild soon as he finds out she's not even human but a sex robot.
Poor kid. Okay.
Like, what a fucking string of words. It continues, though. While this virgin boy now tries his best to fend off her attempts to get dirty, he's also determined not to let her secret be known to anyone else. That's quite the fucking anime.
Well, here's one that I'm actually looking forward to.
The short skirt beer serving baseball girl.
Yeah, so I've been reading some of the manga. I'm only on chapter 3, so I don't have a lot. But there's a part where the girls are like, "Yeah, you can't give out any of your information, but you give out your Instagram so we can get points for it, and so more people will come and sit in your section because they like you." And they take a picture of her and post it on Instagram because she doesn't know how to set up an Instagram. So she stands up and kind of almost a little bit like the Captain Morgan stance, and was like yelling at them, "Someone help me set up an Instagram!" And then they work at the ballpark, and the ballpark is actually like a city, and she's trying to get new regular customers. She's new to it's like the baseball thing, and then there's baseball in it. She meets one of the guys who I think also works there, and she's talking about a player that is old, but he still has more to give, and
Juan
he's got
Soto.
Yeah, sure, but Juan Soto's really young. But
oh, you can't ever say that about a Latin player. They always lie about their age.
Well, he's 24 now, I think, right?
As long as we're on this subject, another one that's coming out this upcoming season that I am really, really interested in is Witch Watch. Seems like a comedy sort of thing.
I don't have that on here.
Effectively, how to describe this series? Basically, this dude is forced to live with a witch in training, and she's a total fucking goofball.
Perfect. Sounds like one will have to go. You know one I'm actually looking forward to? The Yu-Gi-Oh card game, The Chronicles. All right, so it's basically a whole anime based on the Sky Strikers deck, which I use, or what I used to use when I played Yu-Gi-Oh. And it's all about the Sky Striker girls, and then I think it's going to be basically expanding more on the cards as well, like the stories of the cards and how they play rather than the Yu-Gi-Oh world itself. So that's going to be awesome, in my opinion. I'm excited.
Oh shit! I forgot that there's some good there's some decent movies coming out, particularly Virgin Punk. I saw some of the trailers for that. That looked interesting, but I'll be doing a bit of a more of a deep dive into all the upcoming anime and stuff that I'm actually going to be watching once this season ends.
Mhm.
I
But it's
think
just like points of interest really are Witch Watch, Fire Force season 3, Lazarus. I believe there was one in here that was Kowloon Generic Romance because I
Was
do like
it
my.
what was it Konosuba the OVA bonus
That's an O.
stage?
That's an OVA. I don't count those.
let's see.
But look at Darkness. Look how excited she is about being
I
tied
mean,
up.
I'll watch it, but I just don't generally count them as like part of the season.
I guess she decided to celebrate not getting married in the most darkness way possible.
I'm looking forward to this one, which I think is like a new isekai coming out.
No, I don't think it is for this one. It's just a healer who works on like in the slums.
Oh, so he like leaves this. Okay, let's read what it says. Life hasn't been kind to Xenos. He was born in the slums and has dirt poor background has denied him almost every opportunity. After an encounter with a healer, he throws himself. Oh, so he's not even the fucking healer?
No, he becomes a healer.
Oh, okay.
You read one sentence. You can read more.
Yeah, no, I can't. That's more than I can read. He finally catches a break when an adventurer invites Zeno or Xenos or Zeno, I don't know, into the party. Zeno is thrilled, so thrilled, in fact, that he is willing to put up with his treatment like garbage. So basically, they treat him like Yuke from
Yeah, which is why we get the note. They fail to appreciate his talents and ultimately kick him to the curb,
Mhm.
claiming he's outlived his usefulness.
Nice. So basically, it's
Except,
like
man, we didn't even touch on it, but man, all the girls are simultaneously making their moves on Yuke. Like,
oh yeah, they're all making their place. But I've after I found out what happened with Jamie, how she like survived and then got banished. I'm like waiting for the dub to catch up, and then I'm going to keep watching. So I haven't even watched this episode.
Man, you've been lagging fucking behind.
I know.
Muffler tape, yes. I do think that one will probably be a watch, but again, I'm gonna do I have my own plans for going over what's gonna come next. There's a lot in here that I'm actually interested in. I
Go
just don't have
Loser
time to.
Ranger season 2.
I haven't
That's
watched
pretty
season
far.
1 of that.
It's high quality. You should catch up.
I probably will try to catch up before in the gap between next season, but I gotta watch Cowboy Bebop again before my next deep dive stream. So
Oh, another season of Black Butler's coming out. They really sat. They like. There's no rhyme or reason to like. Oh, we didn't make seasons for years. Now we're just gonna keep pumping them out.
So
there's also the Paul Greyrat reincarnation series.
From
watch
Old
it.
Country Bumpkin to Master Swordsman.
Yes.
Oh, that is okay.
The character design is like 100%.
I didn't even notice. I almost pulled that up for this. We could probably talk about it a little later. But
The naming is also like, what is it? Gardenet? It's like not Grey Rat, Gardenet.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, it's not the only one that's getting Mushoku Tensei clone allegations that in the upcoming season, because the beginning after the end is suffering heavily from that right now.
Well, that is a really popular. Was it a manhwa?
It says web manga, so yes, manhwa.
Yeah, I mean, that one is. I know for manhwa fans, that's one of their goats for the beginning after the end. So I'm intrigued to see because there's a lot of web forum talk that they're worried that the Japanese anime people are just going to butcher it.
That would be par for the course because there haven't been really many good manhwa adaptations. There's really only one. Everything's
Solo
been
leveling.
sacrificed at the altar of solo leveling. Yeah.
How Raylena ended up at the Duke's mansion, that's a mono.
Oh, yeah,
True, but
that's a good one.
a returner's magic should be special.
Which, oh god, I feel like I'm gonna put that out of my mind. I feel like I watched it, but then I just didn't care to
Holy
even remember it.
fucking brain rot that that series was.
Yeah,
So-
I think I put it out of my head. It's like,
So, I saw a tweet today that said, "The wait is over. My Hero Academy Vigilante comes out in a month." So there is still a wait. So I don't know why they tweeted the wait is over. But good job, My Hero Academia, for that tweet. I give
maybe
you
they meant the wait
10 out
for
of
that
10.
tweet.
I guess so.
The wait
The wait
for
is
our
over.
announcement.
1 month from now, this will come out. Like,
Unless have they not announced the premiere date? And maybe I don't know. That doesn't make sense the way
they just said it would come out on the 7th.
It looks like we got a new Gundam series coming out too.
And then the last one I have is Windbreaker Season 2. This is the Keel arc. We get Tsubaka as one of the Heavenly Kings, the one who wears the skirt. And there's going to be a lot of good fights in this one, and some story with the emotional and the character works. So the funny thing is, this show has like the fights, but it's all about like the characters and like their personalities rather than, because the world makes no sense. They go to school, but there's no fucking teachers in the school. So what's the point of even going to school other than using it as like your home base? Like the world they live in is kind of shit, but the character work and the fights are fun. So there's good stuff to look forward in the Keel arc in Season 2. I wanted to put this in my top 5 when we were doing new series, but I felt like I had to have more villainesses, you know.
Yeah, you know
for
what?
me.
This season has no villainous shows. It looks like that I saw.
Yeah, there was one that's like it doesn't look like a reincarnated villainous one. It looked like it looked like she was going to be a villain, but it says like tabletop mysteries or something, or table mysteries.
Oh, dinner table detective or something like that.
There's Witch Wish. Okay.
Oh, the that one right there, the children of the Shunji family.
Yeah, it's just him dating all his adopted sisters or whatever.
No, it is the creator of Rent a Girlfriend made an incest manga. That's what he did.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Yeah, that is by the creator of Rent a Girlfriend, and I guarantee you, it is just as trash. I have not heard good things about it.
Yeah,
The Girlfriend is already like ridiculous trash. So
Dinner Table Detective. I thought when I saw this that she was going to be a villainess, right? But nope, she's a dinner table detective. So I want to watch this. I'm going to add it to my list. There we go.
Marcel.
I don't know if I've told you this, but there is a clip that I use on my channel of me saying incest is wincest, I guess, and then slamming a bottle of Mike's Hard.
What was it? It was it Alia where it was his sister was like it's only hot if they're blood related.
It's only good if they're blood related. Yes.
Oh,
So that anime is just sister leveling as an actual thing.
Yaiba is very like Dragon Ball vibes. It's up.
Oh
there you
yeah, with the design, yeah.
It's so weird for me to think that we've reached the point where when there's a new Gundam anime, it doesn't even rate like being mentioned.
Well, I mean, not a lot of like Gundam fans seem to be very happy with The Witch from Mercury. At least not the ones that I've talked to.
I liked the prequel episode. That was very Gundam. Then they kind of went off the rails and wanted to do like school life, slice of life stuff more than Gundam.
Where's the
But
Gundam?
man, that prequel episode is 100% like pure classic Gundam. Like it's depressing. It's great combat animation in space.
Oh, there's a sex ball one.
This
well,
one?
did you see how quick the scroll stopped and he went right back down to it?
This one?
No. So, yeah, are there war crimes in this? I heard war crimes are very are like a core part of Gundam.
generally like the legit classic Gundam. This one looks like it's gonna be more from the description that they're doing like sports, like where there's mecha fighting sports,
Mhm.
and it's a Gundam fighting in it.
Where's the Gundam one?
Keto
Yeah, Gojo movie.
Keto Senshi Gundam.
Uh,
If it's on the anime list page,
Principal.
it's right next to Summer Pockets.
Uh, Summer Pockets. Let's see if I can find Summer Pockets faster. Oh,
There you
okay.
go, right to the right.
Boom. All right. Name is a high schooler student living peacefully in a space colony floating in outer space. When she meets a war refugee named Nyan
Nyan.
Neon name is drawn into illegal mobile suit dueling sport
I shall
known
call
as
him
Grand
Hero
Battles.
Yui.
Under the entry name Machu, she throws herself into a fierce battle. Okay, let's add this. I like mechs. All right. Slim Biggles, please stand up. I don't have blonde hair anymore. It's all gone. There's no blonde left.
Would the real Slim Biggles please stand up?
There's no more. There's no more. It's gone. There's zero blonde hair anymore. You can't make that joke anymore. But yeah, there's some. That's the one you were talking about. What's it called? I'm guessing this is another romance with a
Yeah.
blue-haired girl. Let's see. Is this? Let me guess. This girl's going to like him, but he's with her. We'll see.
I'm not really sure.
I don't know. Right now, I'm liking the blue-haired better than that. Just
I think
based
that's
off
just the
design.
Rem fan in you.
But I think
Biggles, did you end up watching Go Go Loser Ranger yet? It's got a full dub.
no, I haven't. I haven't watched it at all. But do I have to watch? I'm sure we're going to talk about Fire Force. So, I'm going to have to power through season 1s and 2.
I mean,
I'm
you
gonna
wanna
watch
be able
Fire
to-
Force season 3, but if you guys don't want to watch it, I completely understand. It's not the most amazing shonen out there. I'm literally just watching it because I like some of the fights and I like fire powers. Fire powers have always been cool to me.
I mean, I might go watch the rest of this and catch up on this one.
That seems like that is a Biggles choice right there.
Look, it honestly is, but I dropped it after like 5 episodes of the first season. I'm like, I am not into this.
It's like I feel like it just makes Biggles have a smile when he watches it. He's like, I'm just happy. It's nice. It's a nice anime.
I don't know. I've never seen it.
Oh,
I don't
okay.
know. I don't know anything about it. I said I might because it looks like there's a new season coming out or whatever.
Yes.
I do think it's funny. Your subconscious scroll keeps taking us right back to the spot with the girl who takes her panties.
Well, that's because Go Go Loser Rangers is right here.
So is beginning after the end. Like we did talk about that one though. That
This
one's gonna get a lot of
What-
manga people. Like this is their goat. Like it's their Mushoku Tensei. And
his name's even gray.
yeah, if they like butcher this one in the anime adaptation, it might start like a diplomatic incident between Korea and Japan.
Korea goes to war with Japan over.
Yeah.
Well, what did you say? World's End or something?
Oh, it's just
The beginning after the end.
The end.
They're going to have to start a new beginning because Japan's going to end. Because of Korea.
People have been
Because of
saying
this
that
anime?
it ended before it even began. That's the joke about that one.
Let's see.
Actually, like Crimson, I think I've got my most like pleasant hopes on the older swordsman part. I feel like that'll just be a fun kind of one
let's
to
go
watch.
back to that one. This one.
Yep.
All right. Beryl Garnett, a self-proclaimed humble old man and a sword instructor at his dojo in a rural backwater village. In his younger years, he pulled dreams of glory as a master swordsman, but those days are along behind him. Out of the blue, he receives a visit from a famous former pupil who brings him world-shattering news. He's been appointed as a special instructor for the Knights of the Liberian. Yeah,
Order.
yeah. Well, no, I don't know if I said the first word right, but whatever. With his life now turned upside down, Beryl travels to. By the way, this name right here is the otaku character, or the otaku, or not otaku, a cult research club in Cold Steel franchise, and it's a girl. Just saying. Travels to the capital and reunites with some of his former students, elite knight, an ace warrior, and even an adventurer who attains the highest guild rank possible. So, elite knight and ace wizard are these people from Goblin Slayer that they don't have actual names?
I think it's just for the description, but yeah.
But whatever. But why do they all want his tutelage? As far as he's concerned, they clearly don't need him anymore. Can Beryl live up to his new position? Okay, so that looks kind of interesting. And this redhead character looks like what's her name? The redhead in what's it called?
Mushoku Tensei?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Iris?
it's Eris.
Yeah, that's what it is.
From Eris, soon to be Grey Rat.
No, she is Eris Grey Rat.
I
she
know.
was always a Grey Rat.
But legit Grey, like Rudy Grey Rat.
But isn't she like a higher ranking Grey Rat already?
I don't like to point out that they were cousins. It's weird. I like to think that she wasn't, so that it's not as
well. They're like third cousins or something like that. To be fair,
they're like royal family kind of cousins. Like
you realize that like royal families were terribly inbred, right?
Yeah, I might be inbred because I'm a royal family.
Wow!
What? No, I'm just kidding.
Self-burn, those are rare.
That was from let's see, the last one of the noble blood one, or from the noble family, was my great grandfather, or no, my great great grandfather was the last one, because my great grandfather left, came to America with my great grandma. But no, I was okay. Let's see. For old school firepower with no aesthetics and great music, check out the underrated Witch Hunter Robin. Okay. We'll have to remember that. So this one looks like it's a romantic comedy. And it's JC Staff. Who does JC Staff usually do? Oh, they do the Total One Punch Man.
One Punch Man second season. So
2.5 or 2.5D Seduction. They did that.
I thought that was JC. Oh wait, that is that. Okay. So it's probably so if this is like so it's probably going to be a little censored with some weird animation every now and then, based on what I'm seeing. The one hit Dungeon Mommy or whatever. What is it?
Do you love your mommy and her 2-hit combo or something?
Oh yeah.
2-hit insta kill combo or whatever it is.
That show was legit funny. I laughed my ass off watching that show.
I only ever see clips of them like of the incest part, and then she gets abducted by the tentacle monster or something like that.
What?
That show was funny. You should actually try it. It's funny. It's like legit funny, making fun of the tropes. Like the only other one that was in that same vein that made me laugh was the one with the sister who isekai'd herself because her brother was in the coma. And so because with her heart she believed he had gone to another world, she was like, I'm gonna go too. And she's just headbutted herself against the wall until she was
jumped in front of
I do vaguely remember that one existing, but I never watched it.
And she's constantly trying to just overtly get with him. It's basically sister leveling in real anime. And he's like, stop it. No, I can't do this.
All right, let's see. A boy and girl pledge lifelong friendships in a small town junior high. The relationship between the two, who are destined to share a common dream, have passed 2 years without any development. So it's a childhood friend love story. A bubbly girl who has yet to find her first love And you, Natsume, a plant loving boy who enjoy. Oh my god, I don't think I want to watch this anymore. If you love plants, fuck you. No, just kidding. I
Well,
don't
I
really.
love plants because they make the oxygen I breathe.
Nah, fuck that. You don't need to breathe. You're fine.
Also,
Um,
plants produce fucking apples, and apples are amazing, and pineapples too.
There you go.
And without
Fuck.
plants, I don't get my fucking steaks. So,
Because cows have to eat plants.
mhm.
There you go. Look at
So I,
that.
do, I actually do eat plants by proxy because I eat cows.
I eat the people who eat the meats that eat the cows.
Excuse me?
No,
Excuse me?
I said that on purpose, but yeah. Cannibalism. Have you heard of it?
Yes.
It's fantastic. I mean, what? Okay. What is this one? It's
Don't
kind
know
of
what
low for okay. I still want to watch this a lot. I'm going to read more of the manga.
It's beer and baseball. What more could you want?
I know. That's all I want in life.
What about the I'm the evil lord of an intergalactic empire?
Evil Lord Galactic Empire. Let's find it. Maybe I scrolled past it. I scrolled past
You
it.
did.
Because it kind of sounds like it might be funny. It's along the same lines as the robot girl. It's on the same
That person looks
row
weird.
as the robot girl anime. That
Okay, so find the.
there
okay.
it is. It's to the left. Yeah.
Okay. Jeez. Okay. Let's. Should we watch?
It's
this?
Biggles' favorite. It's a Shoda anime.
A what?
You don't know what a Shoda is?
Little kid
Oh. Yeah.
who
Okay.
has crushes on not
Older ladies.
little women. All right. Basically, he's trying. It's like our villainous show. He's reincarnated. He keeps trying to rule like an evil tyrant, and all that happens is it just makes him more popular because it brings about peace and prosperity. So
Mhm.
he's mad because he wants to like crush the have-nots under his heel, and it won't happen. It sounds like it could be a humorous setup if done well.
Maybe. Wasn't there another Demon Lord one somewhere? Sword of the Demon Hunter. Maybe that's what I saw. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I'll try to catch up on my animes for next week. I'll let you know if we're definitely doing next week because everything's weird and I don't know on what days I have to be out of the house so people can view it and be like, hey, I want to buy this house. So we'll see. We'll see. But anything you guys want to talk about? Anything else you guys want to go over?
Not really. I mean, most of the stuff that I have, I usually save for like the news segments on the second half of my live streams. So really the only thing I could say is read Centuria. You can do that for free. And check out Marshall King on the Manga Plus app. That's another one that's started by the creator of Dr. Stone. Very same art style. You can see a lot of similarity in the characters. And there is one like thing I will critique about it. Why did you change it from Jim to Jimu?
I don't know. Crazy people.
It's like The Office. It's like,
But like
it's not Jim, it's Jimmy.
It's like steampunk western. Now that's pretty cool. And it's all like cowboys and outlaws kinds of stuff.
All right, little Chad, you got anything?
No, I think we covered all the anime stuff that we were going to talk about. Obviously, if you can stand dubs, I mean, and can stand subs and not have to wait for dubs, you should be 100% caught up on ReZero by now.
I know.
I know Biggles has his good reasons, but for everybody else who's watching this,
Little Chad, whenever we get the opportunity, we need to like go to one of these meetups and like abduct him and just strap him to a chair with his eyelids taped open and make it.
It's gonna look like friggin' what is it the
You're going to hold me there and make me read the manga, just like
No,
stab me
You're
we're
gonna
gonna
be like-
like,
you're
like
gonna be Malcolm
Mineta in
from
Mineta
Clockwork
from,
Orange, and you're gonna just be staring at the screen.
and it's gonna be subbed ReZero. That's what it is.
You can't make me read. I'll just sit there and just, but not read it.
I saw
about
that with
canceled manga?
one canceled manga got an anime. I mean,
Black Torch, yeah.
it's gonna have to. Here's the thing: if it sucks and it's not successful, it's not gonna matter. I mean, hopefully this it better be a good anime because it's not gonna get anything going. I will say this for anime studios: picking up a canceled manga almost seems like a good idea, so you don't have people bitching about removed content.
Mhm.
And you can kind of have the freedom. Like for people who liked High School DxD, season 3 was considered an abomination, and rightly so. So why put up, like, if you need to make changes for your adaptation, why not just pick a canceled manga that kind of has the themes you want to play around with, and then just go with it? It gives you more freedom.
So why was season 3 the abomination and not season 4?
Season 4 is, I mean, season 4 they changed the art style, but they pretty
It
much
was
followed
awful.
they followed the light novel storyline in season 4.
The 3 didn't.
The thing that a lot of people didn't like about season 4 is they completely changed their art style.
Mm-hmm. It was awful.
They completely went off their reservation and basically did their own, story.
Well, every season kept adding new and new families that they're like, oh, there's only 3 families left. Oh no, there's actually like all these families and they're all still here. And like I was just like, they took the cool parts of the actual story of that, and now they're just like, no, it's just there's only fan service. There's zero everything else. We'll ruin all the story and lore that we set up in season 1 and just do whatever the fuck we want to make everybody want to bang Issei.
I mean, I don't know if I quite agree with you there, because even in season 1 they said there was only a few.
There was 3 houses: the Phoenix houses, the student council girls' house, and then the Grimmery house.
They never said there were only 3.
They said there were 3 families left.
I'm gonna go back and double check, but I'm pretty sure they did that. There was not that many pure-blooded devil houses left, but I don't think they ever said there were only 3.
I'm pretty sure they said there was only 3. Because that was like the only thing I remembered of season 1 was there were the 3 main houses, because they were explaining it to Issei when it was the student council.
Oh, I'm pretty sure you remember Dress Break.
Oh, where he snaps his fingers?
Yeah.
I think. Okay, yeah. That's season 1. I thought he got that in season 2.
No, it was season 1.
Oh, well. It all kind of blends in.
He worked on it really hard on with Arya and their training arc to use against Phoenix's all-girl team to embarrass them into not fighting.
Oh yeah, and then in like season 4, she's in love with, or Phoenix is in love with him.
Ravel? Ravel
Yeah,
always
Ravel.
liked him. Yeah.
I thought she didn't like him in season 1. I thought she despised him, but I guess that was before I understood Tsundere's.
Yeah, I mean, she's...
My bad.
Plus, when he puts her brother in his place, it makes her like him because he's strong. So there you go. Anime is not a complicated thing sometimes. It's like... so, but yeah, it's all right. But I'm pretty sure that they mentioned that there weren't as many pure blood owls. I don't think they ever capped it at 3.
I could have swore they said 3, but they just kept, it just felt like the story just kept changing and like all the cool stuff got changed. But I guess that could be because I'm thinking of like 3, and then fucking Issei's voice actor changes every season, and it's like,
Well, that's because one of them died.
Oh, really?
Oh well, I
That
think
makes sense.
Yeah, you fucking dick. You didn't know that?
No, I know the guy who voiced.
I think one time the change was because one of the voice actors might have been doing very bad things with fans of an
Oh.
age that wasn't appropriate.
That
And
could
then
be
I
a
think,
thing.
and then I think another, yeah. So, and then did they announce, because did the Shield hero voice actor die?
Yeah,
too?
yeah, that's who I was. I couldn't remember his name, but yeah.
So they're gonna have
Chloe
to
something,
replace
he
him
died.
if they do the next season too.
Yeah, he died like while they were doing season 3, but I think he finished season 3 when he died.
Ugh. I wonder if he
died
did
of,
the thing.
he died of cancer.
Yeah, it's not cool, man. That sucks. It's although it's going to be interesting when actors now, if they're facing something like that, like James Earl Jones
Mhm.
sold his voice rights to Disney in perpetuity before he passed. So Darth Vader, they're going to use AI to basically always have James Earl Jones' voice. I wonder if some of these voice actors will make a deal, like if you know you're terminal with cancer and you want to get some money for your family, like, hey, you can, I'll give you I'll sell you the rights to my voice to use in anime, for dubs for the forever for X dollars. And then, it'll be interesting because that's something that they could have coming around the corner.
I didn't know that James Earl Jones sold his voice like that.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Well, he's dying, and anyone else being Vader just sounds wrong,
I would agree.
So that's all I got.
Yep.
That was all Crimson had with Little Chad. That's all you got.
Yep.
So thank you, everyone, for being here. I appreciate it. You know what? Just for that, you guys can watch this one more time before we leave.
Like hell we're gonna believe that. A goblin lord? My ass. You're just a damn goblin. Just a disgusting little goblin. And me.
Crimson Set, it's just for the plot, but we all know it is probably not. Little Chad with another slice of life. Biggles keeps talking about another villainess. And the trouble me beside it, and you back. Watashi tachi wa sorera wasurete guseki shimasu. It's the Biggles breakdown, another anime night, fighting over shows and the plots. It's time for the Biggles breakdown.